What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video on MVP Sports. My name is Jake Deverman, and I'm here joined with the man to my right, I believe, Soapy Muffin. How we doing, Soapy?
Hey,
Yeah, welcome. We haven't been in a. I think the last time we were in a video, we did like a sports live together, like 2 months ago, something like
I
that.
was gonna say it's going on a couple months now.
Yeah, well, but we're back. Before we start, we are talking to the Detroit Pistons and their draft grade. Following the draft this past Thursday, if down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll be doing one of these for every single team in the NBA for the draft, and then I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about most of the teams again in free agency. So let's start with the Pistons. They had the number one overall pick, and to nobody's surprise, they went with Cade Cunningham. I'll go through all their picks quickly. Then they had Isaiah Livers, the forward out of Michigan, Luka Garza, the center out of Iowa, and Balza Koprivica, the center out of Florida State University. So let's start with the main man, Cade Cunningham. Sophie, as the resident Pistons fan, just you can go off a little bit on Cade.
I am so fucking happy we finally have a guy that we can actually build our franchise around. For the past 10 years now, I've been hearing from my owner repeatedly that Andre Drummond was the leader of the franchise. Then it went to Blake Griffin was the leader.
Yeah.
Now, it's the fact that we actually have a guy who can change our franchise. It's so fucking nice to finally have that.
Hmm.
And not just being like, man, Tom Gore is an alcoholic. Let's hope he doesn't fuck this one up. Now we also have competent leadership and a guy that is not going to fuck it up, hopefully.
Gosh.
And it's a great way to start off the new era with Cade Cunningham.
Yeah. I guess the fit wise, we assume it'll be Killian Hayes, Cade Cunningham, and Sadiq Bey starting at the guards and the wings, and then I'll be interested to see who they use as the offensive initiator more off the rip, if it's going to be Killian Hayes or if it's going to be Cade, and how many minutes they do see together. If it's not going to be staggered, so that maybe one of them runs the bench unit or whatever it is. Cade kind of, we talk about him being a point guard initiator all the time, but he does profile as a wing as well. So I'm pretty interested to see where else he goes. Like we said, he's the most NBA ready out of all of them. He's going to walk in and probably average somewhere near 17, 7, 7. Nobody's really going to be surprised by it. What I guess are you excited for the Killian and Cade duo, or are you a little bit slightly maybe taken back that Cade might take the spotlight more and Killian might get a little bit deterred in his growth and his production?
I'm not so much deterred. I think it's more of a near the end of the season we started to see Killian be more of an off-ball player. That's why we started seeing backcourts of where at times he would be paired with Corey Joseph or Frank Jackson or Saban Lee. He'd be paired with another guard who could take the ball out of his hands. Of where he really started to seem to thrive in there. With the fact of, I think this is going to make the Pistons have more of a dynamic offense. With the fact of Cade being as good of a ball handler and a playmaker as he is, being able to be a floor racer, it's going to allow the fact of offenses aren't going to be able to completely just hone in and shut down Killian. Obviously, Killian struggled offensively for most of the year. But I think with Cade there, it's going to allow him to get more open looks. Hope to God this fader starts going down, because the amount of times he took those and he missed, or the
Yeah.
step back threes he would take that would rim out. Obviously a lot of it's just confidence and hoping that he kind of narrows out certain things in his game. But I think right now I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, if it doesn't work out, that's a little bit of a problem then.
Yeah.
But obviously that'd be a bridge to be crossed later in the year.
So yeah, let's move on to their less exciting picks. We'll go with the first one was Isaiah Livers, the forward out of Michigan. I mean, do you have any expectations for him this year, or are you excited to see him in summer league? Because I assume that all these guys will be starting or around their starting lineup in the summer league in just a couple weeks. So Isaiah Livers, any sort of expectations for him?
I think he steps into the league as a really good shooter. I don't think he's around what Sadiq Bey was, but I think
No.
he's going to be a similar mold of that type of player.
Yeah.
Obviously, not the defender that Sadiq was, but I think the fact Livers is going to be that guy that comes off the bench, shoots about, let's say, like league average from three, like 34, 35% from three in his first year. I know, obviously, that sounds like really high. That's all Livers can really do.
That's what he does. Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah, to where basically it's in our starting lineup, we have Bay, and then off our bench, we have Livers. Essentially, we'll always have at least a knockdown shooter at some point in the game. So I think that's really what I expect from him. In summer league, I think he is going to start. I don't know exactly what our whole summer league lineup looks like. I know we signed a couple people to it already, but
Yeah.
obviously that's a summer league video. That's not a draft video.
Yeah. I guess the last two picks, obviously Balsa, Koprivica. I don't really have much to say on him. Big, strong body center. I've seen him. He grinds and he's a pretty good rebounder. So I don't. Maybe he eats some garbage minutes in the NBA. But the other one is the more interesting one to me. Luka Garza was a guy I wanted on the Sixers. He goes to the Pistons, slimmed down a little bit. Good ability to stretch the floor with good passing for his size. I'm interested to see how exactly they use him. Obviously, moving on from Plumlee, Isaiah Stewart's still there, and then I'm pretty sure the Pistons have been rumored with other centers in free agency already. So I don't know if Luka
Yeah.
Garza is actually going to see any minutes, but I'm interested to see exactly how they work their center rotation this year.
Yeah, I think he does see some solid minutes this year. Also because the fact of, right now, if we don't get any of the people we're rumored to get, aka Weaver, please, for the love of God, don't sign Weaver. Or, son of a bitch, I said it wrong. Don't sign Kelly Olynyk, please.
Oh no,
Please don't. Please, for the love of God, don't. We've been
Oh.
rumored in the Kelly Olynyk train, and I don't want it.
I want Kelly on the
Not even
Sixers.
just, yeah, just send him there. Send him somewhere else. Don't send him to us. We don't want him. We basically have a guy who can already shoot the ball. Obviously, probably not at the same level of Kelly Olynyk right away.
Yeah.
But I think Garza stays on the roster. I don't think he's a huge minute guy. I think he gets his minutes split with Okafor, because obviously Okafor is still on the roster at this point. We'll find a way to play him. We found a way to play him when we had Beef Stew and Plumlee. We'll find a way to play him still.
That's fair.
But,
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Garza, if they do bring in another center, is most likely gonna spend the year in the G League playing at that level, I assume, and trying to grow his game. Even though I think he genuinely can step in and play like 5 to 7 minutes in a game inside a rotation as a backup stretch five. Now, does he actually see those minutes with the Pistons? Dwayne Casey, probably not right off the bat, but getting rid of a guy like Plumlee does open up some minutes. I assume that Beef Stew is going to eat most of those minutes that are given up, and then I assume they bring somebody in regardless of who that is. And then I was going to say,
I think.
yeah.
Oh no, yeah. Like I would probably say, I think Garza's going to get about 8 to 9 minutes a game. Obviously, once again, splitting those minutes with Jaleel or whoever else we bring in. I think Balsa's the one who's G League bound. I think he's going to be down there for a couple of years or so. And I'm kind of just trying to even think of I almost am scared in a little bit of a sense that they may try to run Garza at the 4 at times. That's kind of what I'm worried about.
Yikes.
Because they see that playmaking ability, but at the same time, I'm hoping Casey doesn't do that.
Oh,
I'm on my hands and knees begging, please don't.
I'd hope
praying.
not. But let's wrap up the video with the giraffe grade for the Pistons. You want to go first or second as the Pistons fan?
Yeah. I mean, I'll go first, but once again, mine probably will sound biased. I think it's an A, and that's just because I think they did all the right moves. Like obviously, I would have liked to keep the 37th pick, but at the same time, moving on from Plumlee's deal, being able to open up that cap space, if I could speak English, is a good thing. So, yeah, I'd give it an A.
I'll go a B plus. Obviously, Cade, it was the no brainer. They did the right thing. They get a great grade for that. I would have loved to see them trade back into the first round or early second and got another kind of dynamic playmaker at the wing position or the guard. And then the Balsa and Luka picks back to back were a little bit confusing to me, but overall, pretty good draft. B plus. You get the guy of your franchise. Second round picks, I was a little bit questionable on outside of Garza. But good draft for them overall. The Pistons finally have their guy. If you like what you just saw, me and Soapy, there will be more videos down below. Join the channel membership just for $1 a month. I say $1 a day sometimes, and I'm like, we'd be making bank if somebody was paying $1 a day for our Patreon. Also down below, our Patreon link. You can get videos a week earlier than they are posted on YouTube. We are starting to increase our amount of Patreon videos and trying to increase the content there. So check out all the options down below, and we will see you guys in the next video.